Mike Martin, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me. Thanks for having us on, and exciting day for us. It feels like Christmas morning or Christmas afternoon now.
Yeah, it goes fast. It goes fast.
It does. It goes really fast.
How many cups of coffee are you on this morning?
Not a lot of coffee, but I'm advertising here for Coca-Cola. I got a bunch of cherry Cokes going. I gotta keep it going somehow, keep the energy going. But
Yep. We
not
all
really
have our own way of intaking.
I feel like I need a coffee though right now. I'll be honest.
Yeah, a little something stronger. So this was your first cycle at the college level, correct? What did you make of the experience of recruiting high school players?
Man, it is. I think I'm about nine months on the job here, maybe give or take. But this first cycle through, I learned that man, recruiting, there's a lot more layers to it than I could have ever imagined. I don't know that the word recruitment sort of it tells the whole story. That first and foremost, like there's so many people that are involved. From our head coach Marcus Freeman to the whole entire coaching staff who do a tremendous job. Whether it's building these relationships, being on the road, to our recruiting staff. There's so many layers there. You go from evaluation, which is a part of recruiting. You go from building relationships, a part of recruiting, informing all of these prospects and their families of what Notre Dame has to offer, all a part of recruiting. Getting these young men here to see what an amazing place this is. And then, there's the now in the NIL age and the space we're in, there's some compensation that has to be worked out with these agreements and red lines that come back, and then holding on, and praying that, you're able to make it to signing day with your class. And so I don't know that, recruiting sort of tells the whole story there, the word recruiting, but there's a lot to it. But I'm glad that we made it to this day.
Mike, you got 20 years of NFL experience. I look at this secondary class that you guys have put together that'll maintain the standard of defensive back play in South Bend. Talk about Kerry Adams, Joey O'Brien, Aiden Pouncey in this group that you're bringing into South Bend.
Man, it's a tremendous group. We're really excited about them. You've been excited from day one. There's, Kerry Adams was, you guys have the graphic up here, number one cornerback, and he's a shutdown guy and a racer. You guys mentioned Joey O'Brien there. Joey is just a talented guy, long, rangy safety that just has a knack for taking the ball away. Aiden Pouncey can play wherever. Aiden Pouncey has played corner, has played safety, plays on the offensive side of the ball. He's a dynamic player that, is physical. He's tough. He's instinctive. He makes plays. Nick Reddish is another safety that we're bringing in. He's a talented guy, a tough guy, leader who sets the tone. Chad Smith, another long corner that we were able to add. Talented guy with just shut down ability. And I want to make sure that I'm not missing anyone there. But yeah, we got a talented group, and we're just super excited about what they offer and what they're going to bring to Notre Dame.
As you look at this Notre Dame roster and your program that's looking to win the first national championship since 1988, what's kind of the emphasis as you guys put this roster together where you feel like you need to up it a little bit to win that last game of the football season?
Yeah, I would say that, it's not so much, the personnel. I think that we have the personnel. We're continuing to add the personnel. I think it's just sort of keeping our guys on track, which is what Marcus Freeman and staff have done a great job of, from starting 0-2 to fighting and clawing our way back and going 10 straight. I think it's keeping guys focused on the mission, in the mindset. And I think one thing that makes us different is, we're used to hard and we understand hard, and our guys, they realize that everything that we want in life is on the other side of hard. And so this is no different, and I just think that speaks to the resiliency of this team, the mindset. And so we just urge our guys and we continue to support our guys to continue to do what they're doing, outlast our opposition, and we'll continue to thrive.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate you. It's been a blast covering your recruiting efforts at Notre Dame, not just you, but the entire staff, the entire program. And your efforts have got you number 2 in America on National Signing Day. GM Mike Martin, thank you for dropping by the Rivals Recruits channel.
No, thank you. Appreciate you guys having us. And again, thank you to all of those that had anything to do with this Notre Dame class. We, appreciate all of you. Too many names to mention, but we're grateful for everyone, and just glad that we were able to get to this day. One thing I do want to point out, there's a lot of stats. Before I leave, I want to make sure, I think it's our highest ranked Notre Dame class of the internet era. Ranked top 5 on some platforms, number 2 on multiple platforms. But if you ask us, we're number 1.
Coach,
go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, you go from evaluating film for 20 years in the NFL to now evaluating high school film. How's that transition go for you in projecting guys to be All-Americans at Notre Dame from projecting guys to be all pros in the NFL?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a challenge. I mean, you go from the best film possible to some huddle film at times that's a little grainy, a little hard to see. And you're trying to figure out, where the guy is on the tape. So there's some challenges there. But I'll tell you that, what I found is that, talent seems to sort of rise to the top. You'll see, I look for things that I feel like I've seen before, that I've seen at the NFL level. And I think all of these guys that we have signed in this class have shown flashes of some of the things that I've seen before. Skill sets, whether it's speed, whether it's agility, whether it's, short area change of direction, strength, explosiveness on contact, some of the intangible qualities, the playing with passion and high effort and energy. Those are all of the things that sort of look for. And so although the film isn't necessarily the greatest around necessarily, I think some schools do a really, really nice job. There's other film that isn't so great, but the job is sort of the job and the objective is still the objective. And that's to identify those talents and those traits. And we feel like we've done that with our 27 guys that we've signed.
Yeah. And we feel like you've done that as well with the way that we've ranked them. So congratulations. Go get yourself another cherry Coke and finish the day strong. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. I did want to say the one thing before is that the one thing I think I'm most proud of all these stats is that we've had 0 decommits, and 0 decommitments. So like there's all these awesome stats, but the one we're most proud of is the 0 decommitments. Of all the Power 4 teams, I think we may be the only that had 0 decommitments. And I think that speaks to the relationships that we build here. And I think that speaks to what makes this place different.
Yeah.